going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of The Legislative Director, talking about legislative things, a little bit of a special edition. First of all, Amber Marr, Legislative Director. She's here. Not the Legislative Director, Jason Topsy. I'm here. We're just doing a little intro here because we did a live episode from the Statehouse earlier this week. And so we wanted to make sure that you saw that in case you didn't get to catch it live or you're not hanging out on our YouTube page or our Facebook page to watch it. We're going to give you one more opportunity to see this. So we're re-upping that video in this, as well as a few interviews that we had with a couple of our volunteers, with our state director, and then those of you that like watching this, you'll also get to see some footage of other pictures and things like that of our coffee cart day at the Statehouse, which is why we were doing this.
Oh, good.
So
There's some really good pictures from there.
there were some very great pictures. It was a lot of fun.
It was such a good day.
It was a great day. Amber, you did a live show for the first time ever. Crushed it. With Representative Claire joined us. I thought it was great.
I think I just almost knocked my microphone off. Sorry.
It's okay.
I didn't have it turned on the last episode. I'm hitting it now on this episode.
Problems.
A mess. Okay, but Representative Claire did amazing.
He did a great job. You did a great job under the circumstances of all these people walking past you and kind of distracting. It was a lot going on.
After I was done holding the microphone,
it was radiating heat. Yeah, it was. We'll work on that.
live is not my jam.
Well, we'll have plenty of time before we do it again next time for our next live show.
If there is a next time.
Yeah, we'll talk about it.
One and done.
I thought it was great, and I think we should do more of them. And I bet you other people feel the same.
We'll see.
Okay, so enjoy the replay of the live show from the Statehouse, as well as those interviews that we have with a couple of our volunteers and our state director, and then you'll just get to see some of that other footage. And for those of you that are listening, you'll get the live show audio, and then you'll get the audio from those videos. So, great week, great event.
I feel like
great
a zombie.
show. Well, that'll happen. That'll happen when you have the kind of the early week that you had. This week has felt like two, at least, especially for you and me, kind of.
It's like for all of us.
Yeah, I guess it's for everybody. But great job with both the live show, with the coffee cart, all that stuff.
Everything was a success.
Great stuff, great volunteers, great team, just great fans. It's just great.
Every time
great.
you use that word, I was trying to come up with a different word that wasn't the same.
It's great. It's great. All right.
Okay.
Well, enjoy the live show.
And shout out to Representative Claire for doing the live
Yep. Our first
recording with me for the first time we had a legislator on our show.
First time we had a legislator, first time it was live, first time we did the show at the Statehouse like that.
Oh, yeah.
It was also the first time I think that you've kind of did the sit-down style without me sitting here with you as well. There was a lot of firsts.
I tried very hard to keep you at that table, though. Nope.
Not enough room.
Nope.
Not enough room. But
I'm lucky that microphone didn't catch on fire.
It was fantastic. So thank you, Amber, for being a good sport on that.
Yes.
Thanks to all you for continuing to watch and be fans of the show and enjoy this special edition of The Legislative Director, talking about legislative things. We'll see you soon. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to the latest episode of The Legislative Director, talking about legislative things, live from the Statehouse.
Oh.
Here she is. This is her house. We're all just living in it. Amber Marr, Legislative Director. And with her, as always, her trusty sidekick, not the Legislative Director, Jason Topsy. Amber, this is live, so we will try to watch what we say. This is the first time we've done this. Welcome to Legislative Director, talking about legislative things. It's your show. We're live. How you feeling?
Great. I'm very distracted.
Very distracted.
There's a lot of folks. This is like live audience.
We are really coming from your place of business, so
Yes.
this is kind of awkward.
It is.
People are walking past.
They're talking. They're waving.
So
I can't concentrate.
can't concentrate what's going on. This is fantastic. So we are here at the Statehouse we have our legislative team. We got a coffee cart. We got pie because it's Pie Day. For those of you who don't know the date,
Yes.
It's March 14th, so 3.14. For those of you that are huge fans of math,
Which I am not really.
it was not my strong suit in school
Not
either.
mine either.
So we are here with our legislative team. We're talking about issues that are happening that we're advocating for the older Hoosiers all across the state. So we wanted to do something fun, something different, and we are here live to just talk to people. We're maybe going to snake some people as they're walking past. Won't spend a lot of time live here because it is distracting. It's kind of weird.
No, I love it. It's just like as people walk by, though, they want to talk to me and they don't realize that we're live. So it's kind of like they wave and then I have to like shoo people away.
Yeah, this is we're just going to tell them to come over here as they're coming up. So, Amber, we got the legislative team here.
Yes.
We can talk a little business here.
Okay.
What is it that we're talking about besides just telling people to eat some pie
Yes.
and drink some coffee?
Yes. So we are handing out information regarding bills that we have been talking about all session. Our top priorities today that we're referencing is House Bill 1001, which is the state budget, and then also Senate Bill 4, which deals with the local public health funding from the Governor's Public Health Commission. And we have talked a lot about that and what we want to see in the budget and how Senate Bill 4 is written and what that needs to look like. So on top of that, we're talking about Senate Bill 1, which is increasing access to mental health, behavioral health, and we are hoping that legislators will understand why we're here today and why these issues are so important to AARP and our membership.
That sounds great. Yeah, that sounds great. I think you're right. This is really distracting. We're just going to keep on saying that.
It's okay, though.
This is probably one of our most fun days during session.
Yeah.
Because we got the legislative team here and you just see them snaking legislators, like pulling them to the side, talking about what we're talking about, and just all the issues that we're dealing with. You can see people off screen waving and things like that. It's
so
a lot
great.
going on here.
It's so great.
So it's a lot of fun, and it's just fun to see the legislative team just dive in,
It is.
talking to folks.
Been amazing watching them work.
We've had a lot of legislators come through already. We had the lieutenant governor drop by
we did.
to get some coffee, take some pictures, talk to our folks. We had the mayor of Evansville here.
Yeah.
It's a who's who of people in Indiana
Well,
politics.
and we gave a huge thank you and a shout out. I don't know that we've necessarily talked about this, maybe at the very beginning, but Lieutenant Governor Crouch is a huge supporter of Senate Bill 1 and actually told her own personal story during her testimony around that. I don't want to call it testimony, but she was just basically giving facts and just talking about how important mental health is and sharing personal stories from her family. And I thanked her today greatly, as did a lot of our volunteers, just for sharing that and getting that out in the open and helping us realize that it's okay to talk about mental health.
Yeah, I agree completely. That was it was nice of her to stop by. She spent a lot of time here. And I know how busy she is with everything that's going on.
Yeah.
And so it's just been great. It's been a lot of fun. We're gonna try to get some more folks here, but
you want to talk about?
We can talk about some of the others. So we got this little one pager. I'll hold it up here. Whoever designed that did a great job.
I think it was you.
Okay, that's why it was such a great job. The content, though, all you.
So humble.
So humble. It's a humble brag. Hashtag humble brag.
Okay.
So we talked about 1001, which is the budget, SB4, which is the public health bill, and then we also talked about SB1, which is behavioral health matters, so talking about mental health and that importance. What are some of the other things that we're talking about here?
Yes. So then on the back of our one pager that we're referencing are some of the other issues that we've referenced during our previous episodes, dealing with House Bill 1005, which is housing, House Bill 1155, which is the unlicensed real estate solicitor, which we have not talked about, but we're about to talk to the author of that bill.
New bill alert.
Yes. We are about to talk to him very shortly. And then Senate Bill 114, which is the receivership for past due utility bills. Senate Bill 202, which is the Housing Study Committee.
Yep.
Senate Bill 233, Vision Zero Task Force.
That is a robust agenda. And I actually see the author of House Bill 1155. I'm waving him over here. I'm going to bring him in. I'm going to step out.
We're doing live.
Yeah, I know.
Well, you better tell him.
We're going to.
I don't know.
Does he want to do this live? Does he want to do this live?
We can tell him, but you need to tell him.
We can ask him if he wants to do it live or not.
Okay.
But when he comes over here, if not, we'll end it early, and you'll just have to see it later. We're going to try to do this episode.
Are you not staying in here while we're chatting with
I
him?
think you guys can handle it from here.
Okay.
Plus, we only got 2 mics. This is a
Well, you might
logistical
wanna
problem. This is a logistical problem.
Where's your little stool from last time?
It's back in the office.
You should.
I didn't bring it with me here.
Well, let's see if he
So-
wants to go on live.
So, Representative, we're live.
We're
on
live.
Facebook.
Do you want to come
wanna
on
join
live?
us and talk about your bill?
Or maybe.
Okay, look at this. Here we go. He's going to step off. I'm going to hand the mic off.
Okay.
Wow.
We are live. So, how's that? Is that okay?
It's exciting.
I'm so glad that you are doing
Yeah.
this with us. So,
Absolutely.
everyone, this is Representative Ed Clear.
Hi.
And we were just discussing some of the things we're talking about. I mentioned when I got to House Bill 1155
Uh-huh.
that we are just about to talk to the author.
Oh, wow.
So-
what timing?
Before we dive into that, though, can you just give us a little background, introduce yourself and your district, and kind of just some things that you're working on this session before we talk about your bill?
Oh, sure. Happy to.
That'd be
where's the camera?
Yes, right here.
Oh, that
can
camera.
just-
I was
yes.
looking at the laptop.
So was I.
Hi, everybody. How many people do we have joining us?
Well, I actually do not know even how to do that.
That's okay.
Okay.
So
This will also
Uh,
last forever where we're on our Facebook page. I believe.
forever.
Well, I mean,
No pressure.
I'm
All
sorry.
right. So
Yes, please take it away.
immortality thanks to AARP. Thank you, Amber and AARP.
You're
So
welcome.
hi everyone. Glad to have folks joining us virtually here at the State House, and very excited as I look around. I see red everywhere, so lots of volunteers here, lots of AARP staff making their voices heard and your voices heard. And by participating virtually, you're helping to make your voice heard. So thank you for tuning in to this live. What do we call it? Facebook Live, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So Facebook Live,
I do believe it is
webcast.
streaming on our Facebook page. Is it on our Facebook page? Yes, absolutely. See,
Yeah.
I don't, because I'm not very tech oriented, I don't really know a lot about this. So
Well,
we're just kind of going with the flow here.
Well, we will go with the flow, but I even have my red on.
Yes,
So
I
in
know, thank you.
in honor of AARP and all
This
of the
is
wonderful
so great.
volunteers out there. So again, hello. Let's talk about
Yes.
some bills.
Absolutely. Oh wait, did you say your district though?
Oh, I did not. So I don't even know if I said my name. Did I?
I said
Okay.
your name, but you did not.
Thank you. I'm not very good at this Facebook Live stuff.
Neither am
So
I.
no one should be intimidated because we're making it up as we go.
Yes.
Um,
Thank you for
Ed,
being here for that.
it's my pleasure. Ed Clear, State Representative, House District 72, which is most of Floyd County. So New Albany, Georgetown, Floyd's Knobs, most of the city, almost all of the city of New Albany is in my district. So if you go south all the way to the Ohio River and stop just before you get to the river, go west a few miles. I-65 actually goes through my colleague Rita Fleming's district. So you would go west literally just a couple miles off of I-65, and you would be in my district very quickly down on the river.
Yep. Perfect. Well, thank you. So maybe we can dive into House Bill 1155.
Let's dive.
Okay. So I was telling everyone that this is titled the Unlicensed Real Estate Solicitor.
Right.
Can you just give us a little bit of background and why this was so important for you to bring forward?
Sure. This is an issue that came to my attention probably at least a year ago. Been working on it for a while. It's kind of hard to get your head around because unlicensed real estate solicitor is not a term that any of us has used. It's a new term that we've come up with to try to address this predatory practice, and that's what we're talking about. We're talking about a predatory practice which targets vulnerable people, including seniors. So this is something that unfortunately probably way too many AARP members have experienced.
Fell victim to maybe?
Exactly.
Yep.
Been victimized. Yeah.
Yep.
So this is where someone is soliciting the sale or purchase of real estate, usually single family homes, without a license. So we're not talking about real estate brokers. We're not talking about attorneys. We're talking about people who might send out postcards or make other solicitations, other types of solicitations, to to try to get in front of the people they're targeting to convince them to sell their home.
Now, Representative, when you say target, you said maybe getting a postcard. Are they coming knocking on people's doors as well? Or I know we don't have a lot of time. I know, but just as an example, just besides getting information in the mail that someone would call or reach out to, are they also soliciting them door by door? Or we don't know.
Well, we don't really know because the whole practice is very shady.
Okay.
I mean, as a predatory practice, these folks are trying to stay under the radar, I think, and
anything is fair game for them.
Yeah, and one of the things the bill requires, House Bill 1155, is that they state their true identity. So they would have to disclose the legal name of the person making the solicitation. Yes. So if it's an LLC or whatever, they would have to disclose that along with the legal name of any other entity that is expected to be the ultimate purchaser. Because one of the things that's happening here, Amber, is the person who's being victimized usually thinks they are entering into an agreement to sell their home to the person who is approaching them.
That is not correct.
Right. In reality, the person who is approaching them, which is often referred to as a wholesaler, so this practice has come to be known as wholesaling.
Oh, yes.
And I think there are a number of related predatory practices, as you and I have discussed. So I appreciate AARP's interest in this issue and this bill specifically, but also the broader concern that you have about predatory practices, related predatory practices that may be targeting the same population.
Yes.
So, somebody goes to a homeowner, makes a good presentation, convinces them to enter into an agreement. They think they're selling their home to that person. That person, the wholesaler, turns around and actually goes out and markets the home to other people, maybe to an investor, somebody they work with, who then in turn is going to flip the property. So the homeowner may not realize who the buyer is until they get to the closing table, and they probably will never realize how much money other people made from the sale of their home.
Yep.
So they receive a certain sum at closing, not realizing that whoever approached them and victimized them is making money on the spread, as they in turn flip that to other parties.
And hopefully this bill, by making those wholesalers have to disclose this to anyone that they're talking to, will help cut down on this process.
Right. I mean, in addition to requiring that they disclose their identity, it also requires a disclosure statement advising the homeowner to seek advice from a qualified person, which could be a licensed real estate broker, an attorney, or an appraiser, to make sure that before they enter into an agreement, first, they know what their home is actually worth.
Yep.
And second, they know what the agreement says, what the effect of the agreement would be. Because again, a lot of these agreements are, it's not really a purchase agreement. I think the term that's often used is an assignment. So the homeowner is assigning to that person who may be across their kitchen table from them the right to go out and then market their home.
Which is very confusing.
It's very confusing, and that's why these folks look for vulnerable people. Maybe
Hoosiers to prey on.
Yeah, people who maybe have been recently widowed, who have property taxes that are past due,
behind on property taxes,
who may be looking at a stack of medical bills or other expenses, and they're stressed, and they don't know how they're going to figure it all out. And then here comes this person who's a slick talker, and they're trying to convince the homeowner that they're there to help them. Well, they're really there to victimize them. but too often we see that with predatory practices, where someone presents themselves as though
That's
they're
one thing.
helping, and really they're trying to victimize a vulnerable person. So I appreciate AARP's interest in this,
Well, thank
and
you.
your interest and your help. It's great to be live with you on Facebook. I'm still curious how many people are watching, but
Well, we'll have to get back
however
with you
many
on
are
that.
watching, it's very worthwhile, and I really appreciate the interest of AARP, both here inside the State House and out there in the virtual world. So it's great to see everybody.
Thank you so much. As we've been sitting here, and I know I'm going to let you go here, but it reminds me of, we used to do a radio show about caregiving back in the day. Did we not?
About caregiving?
Weren't we on like a caregiving weekly radio show one time?
You had a weekly radio show. The legislative director
Yes,
talking about legislative things,
this
isn't
is
that?
what this is. But
this is-
we were
yeah.
we were asked to do something together years ago.
We did. I can't remember if that
I
was
can't
on
either.
public media or where we did that, but yeah.
I just had a flashback to where we were on an episode of someone else's show where we were talking about caregivers. You
Okay.
have been a long advocate.
Now I'm giving you flashbacks.
But I was just like, this is what we've been here before. But
It does
you
feel
have,
familiar.
You
and,
have been an advocate for
absolutely.
aging Hoosiers and caregivers for a very long time. So thank you for this bill, trying to take care of this situation, as well as just all of your support in the past.
Well, thank you, and thanks to AARP. I think House Bill 1155 fits into your broader agenda
Absolutely, it does.
regarding housing and other needs. So
Yep.
I appreciate all of the advocacy here at the
Thank
State
you.
House. Keep up the good work,
Thank
and
you.
hope everyone has a great day, both
Awesome.
here
And
out
over
there on the
there.
internet.
Yeah.
So great to see everybody.
Thank you so much. Yep, we'll just turn it back to Jason then.
And here's Jason.
Thank you, Representative.
Thanks, Representative. All right,
All right.
so all sorts of firsts. First legislative member to get on the show, I believe.
Yes.
First live guest. Look, there's all sorts of firsts happening here.
Yes.
So maybe we should just cut it out now because it was
Well, we are just
we're knocking
very
all these
grateful
firsts.
that Representative Clear could talk
Yes,
about this
That was great.
particular bill. There was a lot of information. We can go over that again and maybe our next episode or whenever we're going live
Yeah,
again today. I don't know if we're going live again
We'll
today.
go
or
live
not.
again today. We
Yeah.
probably will record some interviews with our volunteers, maybe some other legislators. We got some old friends out in the hallway
I
that we see. We got
know.
old friend alert.
He's over there.
Yeah, so
okay.
all sorts of good stuff going on here.
Yeah.
We actually, while you were sitting there talking with Representative Clear, we had somebody who actually, I'll put it up on the screen, said just last week they had somebody call
Oh
in
my
and
gosh.
wanted to buy their home. So that
Yes.
just shows right there that the folks that are watching this, that this is an issue that really kind of hits
It
a lot of
is
folks.
out there. It is very heavy in the predatory space, and we are just grateful to be a part of this discussion and movement forward to stop this.
This
So,
is- All right. Well, Amber, I know you
Yes.
need to get back out there. I see legislators out there that you need to talk to. We will come back maybe later. Probably not going to go live, but we'll record some more, and you can just see this over the normal course of the episode. You're a good sport. I appreciate you doing this. I know. Trust me when I say that this was not something she wanted to do, but it was great. You
Yes,
did great.
thank you.
Representative Claire was great.
yes, I'm so
we'll try to
grateful.
get some interviews with some other friends of ours out. People are waving. A lot of fun out here today. So if you are in the Indianapolis area, come by the State House. We got coffee, we got pie, and we got some good stuff that's happening here. Just some good advocating going around for a lot of good issues. So,
I agree.
all right, with that,
Thank
we'll see you next time on the Legislative Director talking about legislative things. And until then, Sarah Waddle, State Director for AARP Indiana, here with me on our coffee cart day at the State House. Usually Amber's the one doing these. She's still a little salty at me because I made her do a Facebook Live. So then you get to talk to me now.
Okay.
Okay. Sarah, just talk about the importance of doing a day like this, having our volunteers down here, just talking with legislators.
It's interesting. I was actually just talking with one of our volunteers about this, who was asking, why is this so important? And I think my answer to her was really like, this is our currency. This is who we're fighting for every day. And if people can see these faces in the hallways, they're going to remember that, and that's what's going to make the difference.
Yeah, this group has really just been all over the place. Our legislative team, just talking to legislators, just seeing people walking past. Yeah, they're just grabbing people and be like, "Hey, this is our one pager. This is what we're working on." Asking them questions. It's been really great to see. So we're still got a lot of coffee. Still got some pie left here today. It's gonna be a good time. And yeah, anything else you want to add about
No,
this?
I mean, these days are ones that are in your memory. These are the things that you remember about the work that you do, and so I always enjoy being around the volunteers and the people on these days.
Hi, Diana. It's so good to see you. Thanks so much for being here today. Would you just tell us a little bit about AARP's Legislative Day at the Statehouse and why it's so important that we're here and how today has been?
It's been a wonderful day, first and foremost, but I'm here because the issue of mental health is so important. The need for it in our communities and our homes is just so vital to our well-being and the wholeness of a person. And the fact that I'm here to support SB1 and encourage the funding of it, it has just been a wonderful day talking to all the constituents and talking to the public in general and getting feedback from them and finding out that we're not the only ones here for the same reason. That everyone is recognizing this, from the churches to the State House, that this is a vital need in our community.
Awesome. Thank you so much. I mean, yes, we do have a coffee cart here today, and we've got all the pie that you could eat, but that really, what you said, is the reason why we're here today talking to legislators and anyone else that is in the State House listening to us. So,
Hey, what's going on, everybody? Jason Thompson, not the legislative director, again here doing some interviews, filling in for Amber because she's running around here on our coffee cart day. We have one of our legislative team volunteers, Jose Drake, from Granger, Indiana. For those of you who don't know your geography, it's outside of South Bend. Jose, you've been on the Ledge team a long time now. Very long time. How important is it for you and your fellow volunteers to be down here for days like today?
Well, I think it's very important because it's an opportunity to talk one-on-one with people. Of course, you can do that virtually, but there's nothing that's equal to just actually looking them in the eye and shaking a hand and just being there.
Yeah.
And you have the opportunity to actually see people you hadn't planned to see, because there's more people in the area that you're going to have contact with.
Yeah.
So it's very critical.
What has been the reaction here with regards to the coffee cart and just everybody coming through? How's that been?
Been very popular. Very popular. Everybody wants a cup of coffee, though my own state representative tells me he doesn't drink coffee. So I made a point telling him that we had hot cocoa, so I'm hoping that he'll come back up, but I've already talked to him that way. So.
Yeah. Fantastic. Well, Jose, I appreciate you, all the work that you continue to do, and for coming down here today.
Thank you.